Welcome to You're Not Alone, the podcast that brings you real stories of strength, hope, and resilience. Life is full of challenges, and if you are navigating a personal struggle, facing difficult challenges, or simply looking for an inspiration, this space is for you. My name is Victoria Vita. I'm a mindset mentor, Reiki master, and a sound healer. I'm also the CEO and founder of Self Awesomeness and the host of this podcast. This podcast is here to give you hope, inspiration, and the reminder that you have community behind you. Our guests are real people just like you who have faced losses, anxieties, and life obstacles, but emerged stronger. Their stories are raw, honest, and full of hope, reminding you that no matter how tough things get, you are not alone. And today's guest is Amanda from Color Plus Counseling, a mother, social worker, healer, and a beautiful example of transformation through energy and resilience. Raised by a single mom, Amanda's own path hasn't been easy. She faced deep personal challenges, including raising her daughters and stepping into the role of being both mother and advocate. But through all of that, Amanda found a secret tool that changed everything. Amanda is a living proof that when you heal yourself, you help heal the world. And this episode is about awakening your gifts, trusting your path, and remembering that healing doesn't always start in the light. It often begins in the shadows. Thank you so much, Amanda, for being here today. Can you please start by sharing about yourself and what shaped you in early on, especially being raised by a single mom?
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Sure.
So I was raised by a single mom in Cleveland. I had to go to a Catholic school because this was during the busing time. So I was supposed to be bused to the east side of Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
And so my mom enrolled us in Catholic school, where we weren't always treated the best because we were so low income. We got the free lunches, free breakfast, all of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Even before that, before I started school, my mom went to Cleveland State University after her divorce. So I spent a lot of time sitting outside of the classroom or
Oh,
at my
wow.
grandparents' house.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, my alma mater now too, but we all went there. But my first memories of Cleveland State was actually playing outside of the classroom while my mom attended classes.
Wow.
Um, and then she was like a women's right advocate. She started a protest at Dayglow Paint Company when they wouldn't allow women to wear pants. She didn't want to wear
Mm-hmm.
skirts. She also fought a battle in the custody battle. They told her originally she couldn't move out of the county unless she got married and her husband moved.
Oh,
So she
wow.
fought that to the state Supreme Court.
Oh,
It was
wow.
actually taught in law classes for a while until a woman in California went to the Supreme Court over it, and then her case is the one that's now
Wow.
taught. Um, so growing up, I spent a lot of time at my grandparents' house.
Mm-hmm.
I used to always go there. I feel I had a amazing upbringing because I had my mom and my grandparents.
Yeah.
I always hated to go to my dad's house, so I would try to avoid that at all costs. so, um, so that was, the beginning. It was,
Mm-hmm.
I feel I had a great upbringing with all of
Mm-hmm.
their morals and foundations and,
Mm-hmm. Yes.
strong women.
Yes, strong women. Yeah, this is who we become, right? We're looking at our parents too. Um, can you share what life looked like before you found energy healing, before you found different healing modalities?
I think, when I think about that now, I feel looking back, I was just so ungrounded. Like, I
Mm-hmm.
feel like I had a very good upbringing, morals, and ethics, but I also feel I just was not grounded in my life and, maybe missing out on things spiritually,
Mm-hmm.
having not the best experience at a private school. I had kind of also fallen away from a lot of spiritual and religious beliefs. though through
Even though
like,
you were in Catholic school, right?
well, that actually made me lose belief.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Not being treated well for being lower income, not being able to go on Sunday if we had to go to my dad's house, but then getting detentions for not being in church on Sunday.
Oh, wow. So that
Um,
was that strict. Okay.
so, it actually going to the Catholic school made me fall out of belief.
Oh,
Um,
wow. That's interesting. Yeah.
so I think and then I had some issues. I had my older daughter. My husband raised her, but he's not technically her father. And I had that actually started, I think, my spiritual awakening journey.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Having to be, a single mom, having to fight in custody court. Um, so that actually kind of helped started, I think, my spiritual journey.
Mm-hmm. Can I ask you, please, to define? You said you were ungrounded. Can you define this maybe for some listeners who don't know what being grounded means? Not being grounded by your parents at home, but feel grounded in your life and feel and be present in your life. What was that for you, not having that grounding feeling was?
So I think I just was more not in tune, spirituality, not in tune with the environment and how our thought processes and everything that we do connects us.
Mm-hmm.
And how, you can manifest anything. I don't know. I don't want to necessarily say more wild, but I was definitely like I was a social worker and I feel I was doing very well for my clients and everything, but I just don't feel in my personal life like
Mm-hmm.
I really had it together all the time, or
Mm-hmm.
really
Mm-hmm.
felt a connection to this world or anything
I
like.
love that.
Does that make
Mm-hmm.
sense? Like I just
Yeah,
wasn't
yes,
feeling.
absolutely.
I feel like when you're ungrounded, you don't feel connected to people, and maybe
Mm-hmm.
even though you have people around you, you kind of feel more alone.
Yes, yes, yeah. I think that's the perfect definition, right? So you're around the people, but you still feel alone. You're not connected to the world. Love that one. Thank you. So, can you please tell us how did you first come across Reiki? You are my Reiki person. I love Reiki. And was it something you were looking for, or did it find you?
Well, I think Reiki found me.
Mm-hmm.
I think it found me way back as a very young social worker and single mom. I now look back and I realize when you look at like a spiritual journey, you see signs and things of where it started. So now in doing like self assessments, I realized a long time ago, when my oldest daughter was maybe 2, somebody gave me the book The Secret, because I was going through such a hard time with her biological father, and they were like, "You need this." And I started reading it, and I'm like, some of the stuff seemed a little far fetched, but I'm like, okay, I need to do something because when you're
Mm-hmm.
going through a tough time, your mind tends to race. You need to kind of get out of your head and learn how to reshape your thoughts.
Yes.
So at first, reading the book, I was like, this is some BS, but let me try it because I need to do something. So I started reading that, and then from there, it transformed into guided meditations. And interestingly enough, I've always been somebody who's gone to the gym or worked out, but then what was interesting is on my runs with doing guided meditations, I started realizing that working out and running was also like a guided meditation for me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I can
Mm-hmm.
compose the best speeches on a run.
Yeah, because I think your mind is not, so your body is working out, but your mind is not racing. So you have that clear thinking at that moment because you're focusing on the run. And I think that's what a lot of people are struggling with because, as you said, we're so focused on our life and what's happening around us that it's like buzz all the time in our heads, but we don't let ourselves to just be present in a moment. Even though when we run, we listen to music, podcasts, anything, right? So we're not with ourselves and just to see how our thought process is right now in the moment. Yeah.
Yeah, and I started feeling more grounded.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm also an organic gardener. So going out in
Oh,
my,
really?
oh yeah, so going out and being in my gardens and talking to the bees and,
Mm-hmm.
doing all, I started feeling more grounded and started feeling that connection to the environment. And I run at
Mm-hmm.
4 a.m. So seeing like the moon out, like I also felt more connected. So I think that's where it all started. And then
Mm-hmm.
a couple years ago, um, during I work on a psychiatric unit as a social worker, and sometimes, mental health is in every family, and most of the time everything is wonderful, but sometimes I have to have intense meetings, for lack of better words.
Mm-hmm.
So my colleague and I, this amazing nurse, went in and had a family meeting, and after the meeting she was just like, wow, like you did so good at like calming them down and getting them connected, because the goal is to make sure people are connected for the sake of
Yes.
the patient and what needs to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, do you do Reiki? And I literally was like, what the heck is that? So at that moment, I didn't have time to talk to her because we were running to something
Mm-hmm.
else. But later, either that day or the next day, I swung back around. I was like, what did you say to me? I was like,
Mm-hmm.
and
What
she's like,
Reiki is?
Reiki. I'm like, okay, I don't even know how to spell it.
Yes, and what it is. Because for a lot of people, it's like some sort of woo-woo, like, oh, what's that? Is it like
Yes.
something weird? Yes. So
Oh no,
that was your first.
I wasn't thinking it was something weird. She's this amazing, wonderful person. So I was like, this has got to be something good. So what is this?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know what I was thinking it might have been. But so she told me a little bit about it, and I was like, wow, that sounds really fascinating. So then
Mm-hmm.
I went to eBay and I ordered a whole bunch of books on it because I love thrifting books.
Mm-hmm.
And I spent probably several months reading books.
Okay.
My job actually happens to teach the level 1 and level 2 classes, but it was like kind of far away because by the time I started looking up to see, okay, I think I need to do this, I wanted to take my level 1. I wanted to do it. So I
Yes.
ended up finding a really amazing local Reiki master who teaches classes, and
Mm-hmm.
did all my levels there. But it's just been such an amazing journey.
Yeah, it has been. Yes, I think once you are attuned to Reiki, it's life is changing, and
Oh, yeah.
sometimes you cannot even explain how and why. You just feel it. And now we're talking, my hands are hot, so like this is what usually happens to me when I say Reiki. Like, they're hot right away. Yeah, and
Hmm.
my son-in-law asked me to give him Reiki almost every night. And I was like, oh, okay, oh, I feel it, I feel it. Can you give me Reiki, please? So
Yes.
how did your perspective, like life perspective, shifted after you got attuned to Reiki?
It just kept increasing with the feeling of we're all connected. We are all
Mm-hmm.
connected spiritually. We are all connected with energies. It just I think it just like took my thinking about that to like the next level.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like with all the guided meditations and everything I was doing, I was already on that journey, and then it just like I feel like we just went like whoop way up.
Yes. Kind of expanded our even like the way we think sometimes, right? Like Reiki itself. So it's just beyond our understanding because you just feel it and
And
you
then it's
heal.
really helped as far as like I noticed with me, I don't get as like intensely stressed about things that
Mm-hmm.
maybe I
Mm-hmm.
used to. I mean, I've always been
Yes.
like more calm with some stuff, but there could be people at my job going, "Oh no, what about this?" And I'm just like, "It's all right. Like it'll be
Yes.
fine."
Yes. Yes.
So I noticed my responses to stuff is
Mm-hmm.
different over the last couple of years, like with Reiki.
Yeah, that's what my next question was, how your life changed emotionally and physically. And you just answer it. Yes.
Oh yeah, it's just gotten better, as you know, because you're a Reiki master. Like it
Yes.
just
Yeah.
keeps getting, you just feel more and more connected, and the more you do it, the stronger you get with Reiki, and it's just amazing.
Yeah, more you practice and more you see people feeling Reiki and people being grateful for what we do. I think it's amazing. Thank you. Oh. But you didn't stop only at Reiki, right? You expanded into different modalities. What drew your attention to those modalities?
I think it was just a natural process. So in
Mm-hmm.
doing my Reiki journey and my levels, my one friend sent me a text saying, "Hey, there's this lady doing sound baths. You want to go?" I'm like, "Sure." It was the coolest, most amazing experience, and I just felt like the energy was coming into me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it just, it was so wonderful. So then we started going to more sound baths, which were all so awesome. And then my other friend was like, "Hey, let's go to this sound bath." It was literally the worst one we ever went to. And
Wow.
I was like, "Oh, I could so do this better." And that just like undid. I'm like, because
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I think I could be eventually be as good as the really awesome sound baths we've
Mm-hmm.
gone to.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that just started that journey. I went
Good.
and I did take some courses on sound healing, sound baths, tuning forks. And I took tuning fork classes both two different ways. So I took a class with like the sound healing with tuning forks, but I also took
Mm-hmm.
a class through the Reiki master I learned from for chakra balancing.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
I like absolutely love tuning forks. I incorporate them as long as my clients are okay into every Reiki session.
Can you
Um,
please tell us a little bit more about that, about the tuning forks?
so with tuning forks, you have weighted and unweighted. Weighted can be activated and then placed on the body. Unweighted work in your energy field.
Mm-hmm.
And there's various ones, and the studies on them are fascinating. So that was the other thing between Reiki and tuning forks and sound healing is all the medical studies on them. I
Yeah.
kind of needed that because I grew up in a scientific more world. But it's so cool. They have different tuning forks for different things. So for example, I have one that's aimed at cancer. So you can activate it and put it on the body wherever you feel you most need it. I have
Mm-hmm.
one, like for example, I can use my mom because I Reiki her every single week, and we use two tuning forks for chronic pain. One of them is a weighted tuning fork, and the other one is a solfeggio. If I'm saying I can't pronounce things great because I am dyslexic, but it's a solfeggio tuning fork is they're called the miracle tones. So I have a chronic pain one also there that works in your energy field.
Mm-hmm.
So it's amazing. So I Reiki her back because she has a lot of back problems, and I used then the tuning fork on her back, and then the one that works in her energy field on her back,
Mm-hmm.
and continue with Reiki energy. And she always tells me she sleeps the best that night. She doesn't
Mm-hmm.
use her pain meds. Um,
Mm-hmm. That's
and she
amazing.
golfs and she bikes and she does a bunch of stuff. But Reiki's that beautiful additive, like to medical and psychological. So she sees her
Mm-hmm.
doctor, she sees an acupuncturist,
Yes.
and then she comes in, and Reiki was the final piece
Mm-hmm.
that helped her in
Yes.
her like back healing journey.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Along with tuning
so
forks. That's
so yeah,
amazing.
so tuning forks are amazing. Like there's a tuning fork for everyone. There's even ones for grounding, which are
Mm-hmm.
great. So if you're at somebody's feet and you don't feel they're taking in as much of the earth energy, you can which I'll use a tuning fork on their feet and then rerun the Reiki energy. And oh my goodness,
Mm-hmm.
it's like like a shoot of energy. It's like sometimes I'm like I stay quiet because I don't want to disturb them, but I'm like yes, like because you can just feel it go. It's
Yes.
so cool.
Yes. Oh, that's amazing. So maybe I need to dive into tuning forks as well myself. So we shall see. Thank you for sharing that information with us. I know that you are part of Color Plus Counseling, and you are offering healing that both powerful but affordable. Can you talk about why accessibility matters to you?
Oh, yeah. So Colors Plus Counseling was founded by Lennon and Cameron, and their goal was to make services affordable to people.
Hmm.
Um, they take tons of insurances, but they also have like sliding fee scales. It's for anybody. They're LGBTQ founded, but they're for anybody who just wants to come. They're
Hmm.
non-discriminatory, and they're just the most wonderful people that I know. And I happen to, in December, I Reiki'd their staff. And then afterwards, the director said to me, like, so would you like to work here? and and I said yes, because it was at a time when my Reiki table is in my bedroom. So it was at a time when, like, more people were wanting Reiki, and I'm like, ooh, I don't know where to. I don't want all these
Yes.
people necessarily coming into my bedroom.
Yes.
Um, so Lennon and Cameron's mission of having services that are for people, and affordable and welcoming to all people just kind of aligns with what I like to see. So we
Hmm.
sat down, and instead of having higher Reiki prices, we're only $1 a minute. um,
Hmm.
I mean, I have a different job that, I'll joke that my other job pays my bills. Like, I love doing this, and
Yes.
I don't want to have people limited,
Hmm.
that they couldn't come because they're like, oh, it's too expensive.
Yes.
I have weekly Reiki clients. I have bi-weekly Reiki clients. I have people who come every 3 weeks. And they wouldn't probably come as often as they do if it was more money.
Hmm. Hmm. How do you see their life changes?
Oh, it's so amazing. So the cool thing about it is too, I have an array of clients from
Yes.
like all different walks of life and backgrounds. So it's been such a beautiful experience, and they tell me um, that it makes them better for their jobs, that they just
Hmm.
feel so much better. Or people who see me for chronic pain tell me that it goes away for at least a time period after Reiki.
Hmm.
Um,
Hmm.
some people come and see me after therapy sessions, which is
Yes.
great because you can really unpack a lot in a therapy session. And then some people will go to their car and they're like, well, I have to cry before work. Well, other people will come see a Reiki master, and then
Yes.
I can help you process out that energy after that really good intense therapy session.
Yes.
Reiki, it,
Yeah.
it goes so well with mental health therapy.
Hmm. Yeah, I think it's a very good combination to actually heal yourself mentally, physically,
Yes.
emotionally. Yeah, I think it's a perfect combination. Yeah, totally agree with you on that. So you also said that your life changed as well, but can you tell us, if you can, how your partnership with your husband evolved through all of this growth?
So, we've always just been good friends, and my husband's just the best. We just support each other through anything that we do. And with Reiki, I'm not sure. I'd have to ask him. I don't know what he initially thought about it,
Hmm.
but he was always supportive. And
Hmm. Oh, wow.
doing Reiki on him, like, I mean, he loves it. He says he feels more relaxed. So he's just 100% supportive. So we've just always evolved through,
Hmm.
our entire marriage. I mean, we went from seriously low income to being able to afford to pay our bills.
Hmm.
So
Wow.
we've just always supported each other. After we went on a trip to New York, which was actually the first time we ever took a trip without children.
Hmm.
Because
Oh,
my
it probably was amazing.
Yeah, so my daughter was on our honeymoon, right?
Oh, okay.
So we've never had a vacation without children
Hmm.
until we went to New York. And it was funny because while he always he likes Reiki, likes getting Reiki, he lost something, and I bring out my pendulum and I found it for him. So he's like hook, line, and sinker.
Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing. Yeah, that's really I think supportive for women especially to get that support from their partners and husbands, even though they may not really understand what's going on, but they're not laughing or criticizing. So I think it's a huge support that helps us to feel grounded and connected and continue our journey without fighting with our loved ones and
Oh yeah, and
convincing them that it works. Yeah.
oh yeah, my husband actually helps me. Like if it weren't for him, sound baths would be harder because he actually helps me set up and carry
Uh-huh.
all the stuff to the sound baths and take it all home.
Oh
He
yeah,
even
yeah, yeah. It's
he's
because those things are heavy.
well, it's just it's a lot of stuff, and or even I'm
Yeah.
not the most technology person, so he even set this up so we could have
Oh,
this meeting.
oh, thank you. Thanks to him. That's amazing. Yes, I think having that support is amazing and wonderful for women. I think for anyone, actually.
Oh yeah.
So, if someone listening is right now at the beginning of their healing journey, what is the one thing you want them to know?
That it starts with you. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I think we have to, for any healing journey, we have to look inside of ourselves um,
Mm-hmm.
and make plans. Like something may not happen right away, but you know, have your vision for the future, make plans for what you want to see, and figure out like what do you need to do to get there.
Mm-hmm.
And look at your support system. Like who is your support
Mm-hmm.
system? Who can you talk to? You know, for me, I realized when like I was going through a stressful time that there was people who weren't really supportive that I thought they were. So like you really have to figure out who is that support system.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I have a lot of honorary family because you know I don't have a big family, so I always say we collect people who have become part then of our family that
Yes,
I just
yes,
love and cherish.
yes. How would you look for that supportive group?
You know, I as I've healed myself, they've just started randomly coming into
Mm-hmm.
my life. Um, you know, my like honorary dad, I met randomly at a tree committee when I was on a tree committee for our city. And it was like I always
That's
say, and he
amazing.
says too, it was the best thing that ever came out of being a part of this tree committee was I
Wow.
met him. And, you know, like Lennon and Cameron, I randomly met them. Gosh, I don't even know how many years
Mm-hmm.
ago now. But like as you're healing and you're getting better, like negative people who have bad energy tend to fall away, and then good
Correct.
people seem to just come.
You kind of
And
align with your energy now. So before they didn't have that energy to connect with, and now you feel like they're attracting to your energy, and
yeah,
you're
I've also,
attracting.
as I say, I've also learned like setting up boundaries with like people who haven't been negative, because I think a lot of us do it, and I used to do it, like kind of make excuses for people and let kind of negative people kind of run your life. Like, oh, they're family,
Mm-hmm.
it's okay. Like, I
Yes,
really hate
yes.
when people say, well, they're family, so it's okay. And no, it's not okay if
Mm-hmm.
they're not being nice. So
Yeah,
setting up those boundaries, like with certain people, like allowed the better people to like come in for me.
yeah, yeah. Oh, that's beautiful. I love it. Thank you. Thank you, Amanda, for this beautiful story and what you've said that the healing starts with you and your life changes once you allow healing to happen to you. You can find more information and connect with Amanda by following the links below this episode. And if life feels overwhelming with constant challenges and pressure, check out my favorite 4 stress-free 8 kits to feel calm and grounded anytime and anywhere. And remember, no matter how tough things get, you are not alone.